Hello, I'm the Who Guy and welcome back. Series 2 of Doctor Who is back, of course, and that means the episode reviews are back. This time we are checking out The Robot Revolution. Brand new season opener for season 2 of Doctor Who. Will it be the last? Who knows?
I should hope not.
I gotta say, I can't wait to get into this review, so we're gonna just get straight into it. I'm gonna be going through the good, the bad, and my overall opinions on this episode. Comment down below anything you want on this episode, whether you liked it, disliked it. Ready to hear your guys' opinion, as well as smash this like button if you like the episode reviews, as well as subscribe down below if this is your first video watching. Let's get straight into the review. So starting off with the good, and I've got to say, overall this episode, the base of it was great. I love the just core idea of Belinda being bought a star just by her ex, but at the time was her boyfriend, and that having some consequences of her actually having that star. A lot of people do this, a lot of people buy named stars. I believe this is actually a thing. But to have it in the world of Doctor Who and having those consequences of actually having a planet named after you, I thought was something unique, something we've never had in Who, and was a decent opener for our brand new companion, Belinda. The use of AI in this story as well, the kind of hints of AI, it being all robotic, and then actually it turns out it was just her ex. I thought that was pretty funny and well done by Russell. It was on the head just a bit too much, but I still enjoyed it actually, because at the moment AI is kind of taking over.
No, you shush.
Overall, the plot of the story, I've got nothing wrong with that really. Everything works pretty well. There are a couple of bits towards the end that I wasn't too sure on during the episode. However, overall throughout the episode, plot was good, and if you've got a decent plot, you're going to have a decent episode of Who. The characters as well in this episode, I think most of them knocked it out the park, if not all. Of course, Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor is always a bundle of fun, and he brings something special to each episode. The brand new companion, Vaja Sethu, knocked it out the park. Belinda Tanja is going to be a great companion. Something unique, it seems, in that she doesn't want to actually be with the Doctor. She doesn't want to go for these adventures. She just wants to go home to her nurse job. Now, we've had hints of that with companions before, but I'm hoping that stays throughout the whole of the series. It's not just a couple of episodes, then she's hooked. Did give me Martha vibes with the whole nurse thing, but that kind of quickly went. Definitely is her own unique character. And I love the Doctor dynamic and this brand new TARDIS team we're going to have with those two. And it looks like she's going to stand up to the Doctor, which I quite liked. I know there was that scene where she got scanned. That seemed a bit iffy, that she didn't give permission, you know, that whole cancel culture. Not going to get into that. It was a bit forced. Population of the Belinda Tanja star, some of them were a bit like upfront and annoying. Some of them were fantastic. The Doctor clearly had a connection with one of them. And you guys that don't like to see Ncuti cry, well, he cried in this episode too. Especially that guy with the massive arms, like huge arms, just being really horrible to Belinda. The rest of them were fine. I loved the set design of this episode. That's another thing that was just top notch about this episode. If you haven't watched Unleashed, you've got to do so. Just the way they build these sets, it's just mind-blowing how much actually goes into the set design. And the whole Owl AI machine as well just looked wonderful. And of course the character of Owl, the AI robot half human thing, looked awesome. Looked something straight out of Star Wars, which I absolutely loved. The prosthetics on him were amazing. I did call it early in the episode that that guy from the trailer was going to be in this episode with that whole mechanic machine, but I didn't realise it was going to actually be her ex that bought the star for her, so I thought that was pretty cool. And a unique villain, why not? And of course the robots I absolutely love. They gave me emoji bot designs and some previous old robot designs we've had in New Who as well, and I think they looked cool. I really want a figure. Please give us a figure of it. My shelves are needing it, so please, character, make that figure of that robot. And I've got to say, they aren't even my favourite robots in the episode, because polish, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Absolutely love that. This episode really gives Star Wars vibes with polish. I really did like that robot. It was very funny every time he was on screen, and when he got shut down I was really upset actually. And he definitely reminded me of that little robot from WALL-E as well. Of course, setting up the rest of the season in this episode was important. Of course, we got that scene with Mrs. Fudd right at the beginning. Very strange that, again, is another neighbour to a companion. I don't know what's going to happen. I know she's supposed to be in every episode, so I hope the actual pop-ups have meaning to the episodes. This one didn't really, but it was nice to see her anyway. And if you haven't seen Doctor Who Unleashed, there was an interview with Russell where he was talking about Mrs. Flood and he tapped his mug 4 times. So does that mean she's the master?
Keep your eye on Anita Dobson. Ended season 1 with that flourish in the snow on the rooftop.
I could be going off on a tangent here, but just something to think about. But loads of hints, of course, in that episode. And we, of course, got that lovely ending with, we had, I think it was Statue of Liberty, we had the Eiffel Tower, London Taxi, just where Earth was supposed to be. So giving me Stolen Earth kind of vibes as well. So I don't know how the Doctor didn't see that when they were looking out of the TARDIS, but who knows? But it's definitely going to be a destructive finale, I can tell you that one. I loved a lot about this episode. It was good. It's very on par with Russell openers. They're not always the best, but I don't mind them. A lot of people don't like Russell openers. I'm a fan of them, so it's going to get a decent rating for me. So let's get into now the bad things about this episode. And there's only a couple of gripes I have with this episode. The main one being the ending. It was a typical Russell ending. We've got 5 minutes left. Quick. That is my main gripe about this episode. Yeah, it was a very quick ending. It didn't ruin the episode, but it was just a little bit of like a, oh, could we have a decent ending? I think the runtime of this was way too short. 45 minutes as a season opener. Give us an hour, BBC, Disney, whoever controlling it these days. Please give us at least an hour for a Doctor Who episode opener, because this definitely needed it. We were introduced to Belinda and a whole new series concept, and it just felt so rushed at the end. And the only other thing I didn't like about this episode was Belinda kind of getting the puzzle companion treatment again. I'm not a fan of that. If you guys know, a lot of companions have been just puzzles, mystery boxes like Ruby, the whole Dr. Donnery thing, and of course Clara, all of these companions being mystery boxes. I did want Belinda to be just a normal person that clearly doesn't want to travel with the Doctor. We might get hints of that again, who knows, because it does seem quite a coincidence that they are meeting again, Belinda and the Doctor. Of course that is a cousin or something, relative of hers, so at least it's not the same character, but it is a bit weird and coincidental, don't you think? But apart from that, that's it. Overall, it was a good, solid opener. I didn't love it. It's not going to be my favourite episode ever, but it didn't do anything bad. And I hope the viewing figures are pretty decent for this, because I think it deserves it. And I think the brand new companion definitely needs the applause on this episode. She did a fantastic job. And I'm loving the TARDIS dynamic between the two, and I hope it continues throughout the season. So overall, I'm going to give this episode a rating of 7 out of 10. It was a decent episode. I was very happy with it. Liked it just as much as Space Babies. Maybe a bit more. I'm not too sure on that one. A lot of people don't like Space Babies. I'm actually quite a fan of it. So 7 out of 10. About on par with Space Babies last season. So I think, again, another decent opener. I can't wait for the next episode, which looks fantastic. With, of course, Alan Cumming. And also summarise in the comments down below 3 words of what you thought about this episode. I would go with fun, new, and polish. Okay, we'll add another polish. Polish. Like and subscribe. I've been the Who Guy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
What was I drinking last night? Furniture polish.